Hello, you are welcome in these SOAP classes organized by Jan Vikas Mahasabha and Society of Career Technology. Today our organizing committee have taken some decisions that now onwards 2 days we will talk about some topic of cytology and genetics, rest 2 days we will talk some topic of physiology and biochemistry, and 2 days on some topic of type study. Recently our group has published a small booklet on cell. It contains both Hindi version, English version, and along with that question answer also. So, and now onwards also, so classes will publish such books, such more books on different subjects along with zoology also. So today we will talk about the cell. Cell, like a house which is made up of many small bricks, our body is also made up of many small units which are called cell. Actually in 1665, Robert Hooke first made a section of cork, bottle cork, and observed it by a magnifying glass. He observed some honeycomb-like structures. In Greek language, the word kaitos means hollow space. As this structure also contained hollow space, he used the term cell for this. And later on, in 1838-39, Schwann and Schleiden gave this concept that all living organisms, both animal and plant body, they are made up of similar cells. Virchow and Purkinje also gave a concept, omnicellular acellular, means all cells arise from pre-existing cells. Now, this cell is surrounded by a membranous structure called cell membrane. It has, at certain places, it may have some outpushings which are called microvilli. Some inpushings may be called pinocytic channels for pinocytosis or cell drinking. And earlier, everything enclosed in this cell was used by a term protoplasm. Protoplasm was considered the physical basis of life. Later on, when we came to know much more about the structure of different components of this protoplasm, then the concept arose that DNA is the physical basis of life and there is nothing like protoplasm. In this protoplasm, there is a still more denser structure called nucleus. And this nucleus is surrounded by a double membrane. It has a centrosome containing two centrioles, and all structures concerned with, all cells is concerned with secretion of something. They contain Golgi body which is the secretory structure of the cell. Like a road transport system of a city, in the cell also, for supplying different molecules of food to different parts of the cell, we have a network of road-like structures which are called endoplasmic reticulum. There are two types, one SER or smooth endoplasmic reticulum. It doesn't have attached ribosomes, and secondly RER or rough endoplasmic reticulum, which contains attached ribosomes. Along with that, this ribosome may be attached with this endoplasmic reticulum also, and it may be present as a free structure in the cytoplasm also. It works as a platform for protein synthesis. In all animal cells, we have certain lysosomes which are the suicide square or suicide bag of the cell. They can digest any broken piece, any foreign object, any food particle, or if needed, it can digest the complete cell. For example, during a metamorphosis of a tadpole larva of frog into adult frog, complete tail is digested. So it is done by the action of lysosomal enzymes. Earlier, all liquid material present in between nucleus and cell membrane, it was called cytoplasm, and the fluid portion present in the nucleus was called nucleoplasm. Later on, in the cytoplasm, we came to know about many components, many structures which were called organelles. So when we remove all organelles, the remaining lipid portion is called now cytoplasmic matrix or cytosol or hyaloplasm. Now let us discuss a brief about different organelles. First of all, we will talk about difference between prokaryote and eukaryote cells. Prokaryote cells are found in bacteria and blue-green algae. They contain a plasma membrane, a protoplasm, but no nuclear membrane. And the chromatin material is made up of only DNA, no histone protein, and this DNA is in the form of a coiled filament. So the organisms, bacteria and blue-green algae which contain this type of structure, they are called prokaryote, and all other organisms in which along with plasma membrane a nuclear membrane is also found, they are called eukaryote. In them, inside nucleus, the chromatin material is made up of DNA and histones both. In animal and plant cells, sometimes this is also asked. All cells contain this plasma membrane, a protoplasm, cytoplasm, a nucleus. But in plant cells, along with this plasma membrane, we contain one more structure made up of cellulose, which is called cell wall. And in the cells of all green plant, we have chloroplast, which is responsible for photosynthesis. In animal cells, in all animal cells except nerve cells or neuron, we have a centrosome. Centrosome initiates cell division. So as centrosome are not found in nerve cells cannot divide. But in all animal cells, a centrosome is found which initiates cell division. Cell division also takes place in plant cells, but there it starts without participation of a centrosome. In a very interesting fact is that in most of the animal cells, of course there is no cellulose cell wall in animal cells, but outer to this plasma membrane, still we have some extra coverings which are made up of different chemical compounds in different animal cells. So they are called basement membrane, extraneous coat, or glycocalyx, or pellicle. So extra covering is also found in animal cells, but it is not made up of cellulose. Now, this is a brief structure of the nucleus. Nucleus is surrounded by a nuclear membrane. There is a double nuclear membrane which encloses an envelope-like structure. In between, at certain places, there are certain nuclear pores. Of course, these nuclear pores are also covered by some specific structure, some annuli. And inside, during interphase, it contains a network which is called chromatin network. It contains some dark stain taking portion which are called heterochromatin, and there are some light staining areas which are called euchromatin. It is considered that perhaps this euchromatin is the site of active genes. Inside nucleus, we may have one or sometimes more than one nucleolus. Nucleolus is responsible for synthesis of ribosomal RNA and ribosomal protein. And at the time of cell division, this chromatin network breaks into specific thread-like structures which are called chromosomes, and these chromosomes contain the bearer of hereditary character genes in a linear sequence. Now the cell membrane itself, it also a very important structure. It is not a simple covering. It also permits entry and exit of some important molecules and reject the entry and exit of some non-important molecules. So it is made up of a sandwich-like structure which contains a middle phospholipid bilayer, and on the two sides it is surrounded by an outer protein and inner protein layer. And at certain places there are certain channels also for transport of some ions. It is interesting to note that you can see here, this phospholipid bilayer is asymmetric, but in endoplasmic reticulum it is not asymmetric, there it is symmetrical. So the lipid molecules present in this area, outer layer, they are different from lipid molecules present on the inner layer. Similarly, the proteins of outer protein compartment are different from the inner protein layers. And this way it allows some entry and exit of some important molecules. Then we have mitochondria. Mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of cell. In one cell there may be 1 to many thousand mitochondria, and these mitochondria are made up of two membranes, an outer membrane and an inner membrane. The inner membrane also contains some in-pushings, finger-like or plate-like structures which are called mitochondrial cristae or crest. On these cristae we have some lollipop or tennis racket-like structures which contain a ball-like area containing F1 ATPase for oxidative phosphorylation, and the base contains F0 ATPase for proton transport. In 1970, it was found that mitochondria also contains some mitochondrial DNA, some mitochondrial RNA, and some mitochondrial ribosomes, which are different from the ribosomes found in the eukaryotic cell cytoplasm. So this was a brief introduction about the cell. About different organelles we will discuss later on in further detail. Thank you very much.